What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We back with some more Shwabadi. This time we checking out his song Ranking of Kings, or Ousama ranking rap. All right. Now I am unfamiliar with this anime. I have not seen it, but I've heard of some things. I heard it was pretty good. So hopefully I get to get some of these references. Shwabadi and of course other Nerdcore artists are really good at just laying out things bare bones, explaining what the anime is, or latching onto a specific type of theme or something within there that makes it easy for people who haven't seen the anime to get. And of course, there's always bars, which are universal. So let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up. Sometimes universal. First looking at it, doesn't look like an anime that I would watch. Oh, wait a minute. Also, the bass hitting like that, okay.
Yeah, really had to flip the script upon and fix the system. Gonna piss the kids in front of everybody that would think a system.
Yo, okay, hold on.
Really had to flip the script upon and fix the system. Gonna piss the kids in front of everybody that would think a system. First, we're pushing every block into the side and hit that mythic summit. Yeah, slow it down, the whole tone shift when I roll into town. Know the most vocal, so how ironic that I would be known for my sound. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, I like that vocal, like speaking everything, but known for my sound. What's kind of crazy about that is that sometimes you don't even need to have a sound for people to be known for your sound. Sometimes your sound could be, I obviously know what sound is. Sometimes sound could just be your swag, you know what I'm saying? Just how you move, you know what I'm saying? Your style, your sound. That's crazy. I like that bar.
Rolling to town. Know the most vocal, so how ironic that I would be known for my sound. Yeah, my role is profound. Born to be something I knew it since way back. When nothing came naturally, you're probably hearing the 20th take on the playback.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like one of them things. You never know what led up to the success of what you're hearing, right? This could be the 100th take. And it's funny thing about it is that I know that it's a bar, but it probably took him 20 times to get this. And that's why I think a whole lot of people, especially people who are like really, really big into rap and have done a whole lot of rap, say that, it's a performance, right? You need to exercise. When you start rapping, you need to do it as much as, like you would play an instrument, like you would practice your scales, right? Very few people can just whip up the instrument and just start playing a whole entire musical thing and have it sound great. They in the background, they practicing their scales. They back there, warming up the chops, getting the embouchure ready. Same thing with rap. I would imagine Shwabadi probably goes through tongue twisters and everything, right? Yell into a can or a milk bottle or something, get them vocals warmed up. And even then, right, to keep that energy, to kind of keep it coming, you got to practice it. I like that.
And I knew it since way back. When nothing came naturally, you're probably hearing the 20th take on the playback. This shit's a grind, every day trying to find me a hit in a hairstack. But I keep on writing so I can look back in my catalog, proud that I made that.
That's what I'm saying, man. If you can look back and it's just so much. Here's something. When you make something like a habit, it's kind of crazy. When you make it a habit, it's like one of them things where you feel bad when you can't get it done. Like that's just how much intertwined it is with your day, right? And crap, I almost forgot. And especially when it comes to music, Dave Fastnaps released a tweet. He did this, after the fact, obviously, when he was talking about, nerdcore artists, people saying it's easy bag and everything, when it isn't. We got these nerdcore artists such as Shwabadi who is putting things out, weekly, bi-weekly, and it's like super, super hard, especially if you have your living based off this. Like that's some scary stuff. People are pushing themselves to the absolute brink. Research and everything, performance, beat finding, writing the lyrics, all of this stuff is happening within a week or 2 weeks. That is an immense amount of pressure. I can tell you this one thing. I got 2 kids and I got a wife and I got bills to pay. Okay. If I relied, like if I am making music, but not of the nerdcore fashion, but if I was making a living on my music, I couldn't fathom that pressure. So much respect for you guys. I mean, I've already had respect. I know the type of things you guys go through, but whew. Okay.
Naturally, you're probably hearing the 20th take on the playback. This shit's a grind, every day trying to find me a hit in a hairstack. But I keep on writing so I can look back in my catalog, proud that I made that. They're trying to keep me in boxes like I'm moving towns up in Animal Crossing. But they can keep counting their losses, raising the bar, we'd be crushing the octaves.
Raising the bar, we keep Crossing the octaves. Reason the barbecue crossing. You tell me, okay.
Now they be trying to compress me. I'm used to the flack like my audio lossless. I do shit 10 others couldn't. I'm moving big numbers. I'm really a boss shit.
Hold on, he said he flack.
Like my audio lost. In the bar, we be crushing the octaves. Now they be trying to compress me. I'm used to the flack like my audio lossless.
That's fire. They try to press me. I'm used to the flack, right? When ooh, that's a bar. Okay. Hey, Shwabadi barring out here. I'm used to that flack, people talking a whole bunch of smack like my audio's lossless, right? So people coming to press him and everything. The other meaning behind, what he's obviously spelled out for us is that any type of press that you try to come at me with, right? Any type of hate and everything, it ain't gonna make me no difference. I'm gonna keep pushing, right? I ain't gonna lose nothing, right? All that was for nothing. I remain lossless. That's a bar.
I do shit 10 others couldn't. I'm moving big numbers. I'm really on boss shit.
I'm moving big numbers. I'm really on bosses. I mean, big numbers, right? So performance, I'm selling a whole lot, but also bosses generally have big numbers, huge HP, deal a whole lot of damage.
Step to the king, you get minimalized like a logo. We can't go blow for blow, you go comatose in my zone, bro. I can still score while it's shifting the goalpost. No sauce, having your flies a dodo. Don't give a fuck by your postcode, still bring the gold home. Fuck your collective, I'm solo. Came from the bottom, now I'm really up at the top of the ranking of kings. Spend every penny I made just to get it. You're finally banking my wins.
Bro, see, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like one of the things where when you talk about nerdcore, right, there are certain artist names that are in the rotation, right? Certain artists that we know that's been doing this for a while. And this song is almost like a testament. It's almost like a personal, like a personal song for Shwabadi and for us and everything, of kind of like a accumulation of everything that it took to get to where they are, right? So now when we mention in nerdcore names, one of the big ones, right, Shwabadi is mentioned as one of them, right? And the hard work that it took to get there, bro. These are some boss lyrics right here.
The top of the ranking of kings. Spend every penny I made just
I'm not getting any of the references to the anime because I haven't seen it, but I understand the undertone.
Get it, you're finally banking my wins. How does he do it? Thought he was muted. I cannot act on a whim. Came from the bottom, now I'm really up at the top of the ranking of kings. Look, I'm never flawless,
I'm guessing he's
but
deaf.
I'm working on showing my flaws less. Fall to the flaw less. If I'm out of the saddle, I'm climbing back up on a horse.
Flawless, showing my flaws less. Okay.
This is how lords live. Folks are in love with the things I've recorded, and I'm on it, but honest, the pressure comes on like a corset. And I gotta
just talking about that.
Break under pressure when people are looking at me. Bet if they're scoping my spot, then I'm giving them something to see.
See, ooh, I like that. That's that hunger that we hearing in Shwabadi's voice, right? He said you got people looking up to him, but if they coming for him, right? Here's the thing about being on the top. The thing about being on the top is that you got to make sure that your hunger stays, right? You can't get too comfortable because at one point you were not on the top. And you remember that hunger that it took to kind of get up there. You got to remember that hunger because the people behind you, they coming and their hunger is insatiable sometimes. You know what I mean? So, talk that talk, Shwabadi.
When people are looking at me, bet if they're scoping my spot, then I'm giving them something to see. Cause I am unbreakable, I am unstoppable, I am the power they're trying to reach. Became an animal, I am infallible, I do not know what I'm trying to be.
Nobody knows, man. Nobody has life figured out. And the funny thing about it is that when you do figure out life, then that's when life said, I see you have all the answers. Here's some more questions. Questions you weren't expecting.
What if the strength of my fears stuck in the fire in the furnace? How can I keep up the pace? Who could I face? What was I worth in the first place? What if this kingdom falls? Who has the crown of a king in abandoned halls? Who is the banner when all that is done for is burned up and crumbled and died in the war? How could I lead with so much doubt when everybody expects much more? I know people want me shut out. They keep running and I just crawl. I just crawled along on my face. Meet somebody, yo, fucked up snakes. Not my father, I come with stars, but I'm richer farther than his mistakes. Nah, they don't know how much this shit.
I mean, if honestly, obviously all of us come from, parents. I would hope so, unless you're an alien and everything. But I feel like that should be one thing you should keep in mind. And sometimes this realization don't come unless you have kids of your own, because I got 2 kids, right? And obviously I want to give them a better life than I had. I don't want them to repeat my same mistakes. You know what I mean? And some people, and the reason why I said this didn't come to me until I became a father is that when I put myself in a position of being a father, then all of a sudden some of the things that my parents were doing all of a sudden make sense in a way that I couldn't understand before I had kids. You know what I mean? So when he said, trying to reach the stars, past the mistakes and everything, right? I know the type of mistakes I had. So I will be absolutely 100% proud if my son came out of nowhere and kind of said that to me. I'm like, sure, you gonna make me cry, but I'm so proud, boy. You better not repeat my mistakes, man. Shoot, because I was horrible. That's what's up, man. Shwabadi, I don't know, your parents, if they still alive or anything, or if they are alive and everything, but your father, if you are good terms or not. I feel like if you ever heard that, I mean, obviously making a reference to, the anime, but I'm gonna say, if I was a father and you were my son, I'd be proud to hear that.
Come with stars, but I'm richer father than his mistakes. Yeah. Nah, they don't know how much this shit takes. I'm not coggy, I'll ditch this shit. Bodgy, I will not be dismayed. Bodgy, I will never turn my back. These days are rough, but I'm gonna hit back. Wasn't tough and it wasn't good enough. I just hope this love stays intact. I was pushed to the bottom, just an obstacle that's get past. Now I know they're forgotten, but I'll show them all my impact. Before I show them, I'll show myself.
He barring out.
And I don't feel well. Up at night and I'm in my mind. If I thoughts of mine, that I fight like hell. Truth is, sometimes I don't know who can help. Give it all just to get here. If it's meant to be, time will tell. Yeah. Came from the bottom, now I'm really up at the top of the ranking of kings. Spent every penny I made just to get here, finally banking my wins.
Nah, bro. Nah, yeah, I mean, I know there's an anime reference and everything. I'm guessing, based off the lyrics, this guy's a mute and whatnot, and probably and he probably raised to the ranking of not saying a word, right? He says, not really known for my vocals, right? But everybody knows my sound, so I'm guessing he's mute. But other than that, man, this was a story about Shwabadi, right? And his performance and the things that he put out for us, and maybe even some of the doubts, right? Because we are our own worst enemies, right? Like if doubt hits us in our mind, like you might as well just wrap it up if you can't get over it and everything. And that's just something that these artists push through, like specifically talking about nerdcore, just push through weekly and weekly and weekly. I just want to let you guys know that I see it. Okay. I see it and I greatly appreciate it. This was a banger. This one definitely should have more views because it was just straight bar out. It was transparent. You put your emotions out on the track. And even that's hard. Like some of us have feelings and everything, but we don't necessarily know how to cope with it. Writing it out, like people forget, like right now lyrics is a form of therapy itself. So I wouldn't be surprised if you felt better, right? Writing this out and performing it, and probably even feel even better seeing other reactors hopefully understand what you was trying to say outside of the anime references, which I think is sometimes a benefit, right? To me not knowing the anime, because then I can kind of look at it with an unbiased view, right? And because I ain't got nothing to reference. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.